D-bags who are growing up very quickly and can vote at 18. However,
However,
I will
all
say
young men are douchebags. Yes. Is that what you just said?
I'm saying the ones that are coming up and being very radicalized by your friends Andrew Tate, the sex trafficker.
We're about to have a look at a Piers Morgan debate, and in this one, Francesca Fiorentini, who is 41 years old and not nearly as cute or brat as she thinks she is, basically goes completely unhinged, or at least in my opinion she does. And Piers Morgan calls her out directly to her face. I love it. This is really fun for me to watch this one because it's the first time Francesca and Piers have ever met face to face. And you know what? Here, let's just go ahead and get the video started.
Credit, you guys. Trump health transfer, Kamala Harris's policies would put more money in working class people's pockets, and Donald Trump's would be a siphon.
To be clear, you don't think any billionaires are in her camp?
You guys, Trump deserves some credit because I think his policies are bold. I think obviously they're appealing to the Joe Rogan extended universe and all the D-bags who are growing up very quickly and can vote at 18. However,
However,
I will
all
say
young men are douchebags. Is that what you just
I'm
said?
saying the ones that are coming up and being very radicalized by your friends Andrew Tate, the sex traffickers.
Here's the problem with the
on your network.
Have you got "be nice" in your profile on X? Is "be nice" in there? The hashtag.
Nice.
The hashtag. No, I'm not surprised. The thing about the left is, Jaya, I'll bring you in here.
Sure.
Is that you all brand yourselves as the nice party?
Yeah.
You're the nice people. It's Trump's horrible, ugly rhetoric. But meanwhile, he's a Nazi, he's a fascist, you're all garbage. Every 18-year-old who's on the Rogan side is a douchebag. I mean, this is a kind of generalized hate talk, which I find so utterly hypocritical.
All right, so
have you seen the comment section? These people are going to be going at me. Have you seen your own comment section? Do you know the kind of hatred that I get from appearing on this show?
When you call all 18-year-olds douchebags, I'm not surprised.
Have you I'm trying to tell you.
Has it crossed your mind you say hateful things that might annoy people?
Can I?
Like all 18-year-olds douchebags?
She says that and expects no pushback for something like that. She says that about
You're used to saying on your podcast you say it, and everybody agrees with you.
Young men who are being sort of inculcated into the Andrew Tate, Joe Rogan world fast enough.
No comparison between Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan. No comparison at all.
No.
They do not espouse the same philosophies about almost anything.
Well, there's a certain
There
hyper-masculinity there.
There really isn't. If you actually knew what you're talking about with those two, there is no comparison between Joe Rogan and Andrew Tate. Huh?
She would like to know what she's talking about, but the only thing she concerns about and knows is anything masculine is not for her. It's not what she's attracted to, right? And so she sees Joe Rogan as masculine. Ew. She sees Andrew Tate as masculine. Ew. Get that shit away from me, right? I mean, of course, anybody who agrees with either one of these two are all put in the same basket of deplorables. And, you know, it's become typical what you'd expect from leftist, woke, feminist woman, right? I mean, get out of here, lady. We don't want to hear you talk anymore.
Also, exercise is like alt-right and scary
use
now.
the word bro,
Do you even
are
lift,
what, a douchebag?
Oh,
No,
I use the word bro all the time. What are you talking about?
Let me bring in the only man here.
Yes, as a representative.
Is it helpful to call every 18-year-old in America male a douchebag?
That is not what I am saying. I'm saying
you literally said it. Roll the tape.
No, that's exactly. I'm saying that
can't
is
roll
who
the tape.
Donald Trump is appealing to. He is not trying to appeal to women. And here's what I will say. I like his strategy.
I like his strategy. Hang on.
Can I let Wajahat, the only oppressed man on the panel? Can you let him speak?
Just really quickly, I do think
No, you be quiet for a moment. Wajahat, you speak.
So I want to combine 2 points that you mentioned, right? And in all seriousness, I've never seen a campaign step on more rakes than Donald Trump has in the past 2 weeks. And I mean that sincerely, because you think about his final argument, right? Yours a gift there, right? You have a gift there where you can, I agree with you. I mean, I don't agree with it, but cynically, go to the border. Talk about the economy, right? Pretend you're a unifier. What does he do? Calls liberals sick, evil people, absolutely horrible, right? A person, he has a chance.
You not called his supporters garbage?
Wait.
Fascists?
Nazis?
No.
Douchebags?
What's the difference? My point is, Wajahat, there is no difference.
And
looking at
I will say this.
There's a nice, simple English.
You said liberals are all nice. I will say this, and thank you for bringing my post. I'm not Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama said famously, infamously, God bless her, when they go low, we go high. I say, and I've always said, when they go low, You take out their knees, which is a legal UFC move.
Wow.
And I
So you go
believe
lower.
legal.
Wow.
No. You take out their knees. It's a legal. Wait.
Yeah,
Legal UFC move. You take out their knee. When they go low, take out their knees.
I can't believe this dude is bringing up the UFC and he's talking about taking out their knees, that it's a legal UFC move, but he's using it out of context because look at the motion that he's using. He's acting like he's shooting like a in wrestling it's called a shot, right? Where you set it up and you go down and you try to take out their knees. You try to get to their legs and take control of their legs, right? With your hands. That's not taking out their knees. Taking out their knees is more of a thing like you saw in Karate Kid, you know, where he's sweep the leg, Johnny. Like that's taking out their knees, right? That's disabling them so that they can't continue. So I mean, if this is his excuse that he's going to use, that just proves that he's an idiot. But he might just be covering his own tracks because he knows what he said or what he posted is a dirtbag type of thing to say.
And by the way, calling the American people evil, stupid, garbage, right? These are all absolute scum. These are all Donald Trump's words. He has used in the past 2 weeks. Final thing I'll say. Last 2 weeks, your pitch to America, unify the people, bring the independence. You know what he says? I'm going to unleash the military and National Guard to my critics who are the enemy from within. Who used the word enemy from within? Francesca.
Oh, we're doing this again.
Hitler.
I got this.
Oh, we're back to Adolf Hitler. Katie, let me ask you about Mark Cuban.
All facts, by the way.
Mark Cuban said you never see. Ask you about Mark Cuban.
All facts, by the way.
Mark Cuban said you never see Trump around strong, intelligent women.
Yeah.
You've been around Trump. Last time I checked, you're a strong, intelligent woman.
Well, thank you very much.
I thought it was such a
that.
patronizing thing to say.
It's just, it's not true. And if you have to lob that accusation, you're clearly desperate and looking for things to make an argument on when you don't have the facts or the data to back up your argument. I covered the Trump White House. Whenever you walked into the West Wing, it was teeming with women at the highest levels, senior advisors, also working moms. So the left says they care a lot about working women, except for when it comes to conservative women. This is a pattern that they have with attacking conservative women, and they don't like it when they are batting for the Trump team, for conservatives, for Republicans, when they oppose their ideas based on the facts and policy. They just want to say that they're stupid and unintelligent.
You know what else is teaming with women? Jeffrey Epstein's island that Donald Trump went to multiple times on Lolita Express, and in fact had a very close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. I'm surprised we're not talking about it.
As a campaign manager was Kellyanne Conway, and now you have Susie Wiles, co-chair of his second campaign this time around. There are plenty of strong, intelligent women around him, and unlike the left, they don't expect to get credit for being women. They're just doing their job and doing what the campaign
Francesca,
expects.
here's the thing. You know, you guys talk about the violent rhetoric that comes out of Trump's mouth, and some of it is very ill-advised, or sometimes it's plain ugly. I didn't like what he said about shooting over the media to get at him.
That was yesterday.
I know. You don't need to say that, Donald. Don't say it. I think it's unhelpful, and don't make people hate the media. They're doing their jobs. You may not like it, but it's part of the job. It's my view as a media person, right? But then, you know, just when you really want him to pop up again, there's old Biden, old Sleepy Joe, saying he wants to. They said the kind of guys like Trump and MAGA are the kind of guys you want to smack in the ass. He's the president of the United States,
God,
advocating physical violence against tens of millions of Americans. Is that advisable either?
You know, Piers, I don't know if Joe Biden was actually advocating for violence when he said that about the MAGA supporters, right? But as it pertains to Donald Trump and what Wajid Ali and what Francesca wants to claim, that Donald Trump constantly punches down to the people and calls the citizens all these names and is always talking trash and, you know, talks about the enemy within. I would ask Wajid, so you're claiming that there is no enemy from within? I mean, this dude hates every single Republican in Congress and the House. He hates any Republican that has ever been elected, in my opinion. I mean, the dude is so in the bag for the Democrats with Trump derangement syndrome. He can't sit there from his high horse and act like Donald Trump is this, you know, evil thing. Meanwhile, he's doing the same exact thing and actually worse, because Wajid thinks that the voting people, the Republicans of the country, at least in my opinion, I believe that he thinks that we're all idiots. I believe that if you believe in God, Wajid thinks you are a moron. And we saw from Kamala Harris's one of her most recent, you know, town hall meetings or whatever she was trying to do, where she kicked out two people who said Christ is King and Jesus is Lord. We know, you should know by now, we know by now that one side is for good and the other side is not. And it's very clear distinction for me which side is which. But Trump never talks about the people like that. He talks about Wadjet, who is a mainstream media pundit, essentially. He's talking to the mainstream media, the people that are coming after him, and they just don't like it whenever Trump punches back, right? Whenever Trump pushes back and gives them the crap that they give him, which they are in mass, and he's only one. So it's literally, you know, hundreds of people basically in media or more, maybe less, I don't know. It seems like it's more, all against Trump. And anytime he says anything about any one of them or somebody famous like Rosie O'Donnell, he's the bad guy. Meanwhile, they get the pass every time they call, you know, Trump Hitler or supporters Nazis or anyone in MAGA, they call them maggots. Anytime they expose any type of rhetoric, you know, against the people or Donald Trump, they get a pass. I believe this video is going to come out on Tuesday, and at this point, you've pretty much decided. I'm pretty sure everybody's decided whether they're going to vote for Trump or against Trump, because we know nobody's voting for Kamala, right? It's just against Trump or for Trump. And we're most likely at this point where we're going to have to wait and see, because there's so many counties out there claiming that it's going to take them up to 2 weeks to count the ballots. But what I have to say about that is hopefully Trump wins in such a landslide. It just basically makes those counties that are still counting a moot point and disenfranchises every single one of their voters, because the people they elected and chose to run their state and county elections let them down and made them feel like their vote doesn't count, because at that point the election will have been decided from a landslide win for Trump. Meanwhile, their county is still counting their votes, and regardless of the results of those counties, won't matter, right? So that's what we'll pray for. That's what we hope for. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're America First, you are in the right place. So definitely hit that subscribe button, share this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.